Hello everyone and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. Today I am going to talk to you guys about a topic that, I'm like all up in the face, like, about a topic that has been on my mind to talk to you guys about, and it's in regards to, just moving my tripod, in regards to the situation that's going on in New York. I'm going to try to make it nice and short, and I'm going to try not to offend anybody, but here goes nothing. So, I live in New York City, for those of you guys who don't know, and for those of you guys who are now watching my channel. My name is Madeline. Welcome to my page. Thank you so much for watching and or subscribing and whatever else is it that people do on YouTube. I live in New York, and in New York there's it's a melting pot. It's a melting pot in every sense of the word, not just culture, race. It's a melting pot of diversity. It's physically and in the spiritual realm. There's people that practice all sorts of spirituality, and that's perfectly fine. Usually nobody has an issue with it unless you're like a landlord, and when they come and do inspections in our homes or in certain places, we can't really have our spiritual things around the house that is obvious. Like if we have statues around the house and somebody's going to do an inspection, and you know that your landlord is not really into whatever you're into, but even if you're a Catholic, okay, even if you're a Catholic and you want to have Mother Mary and you have a statue of Mother Mary, sometimes it offends people. I've heard nasty, ugly situations, and most of the time, most of the statues that people have are in certain rooms where they know that most people are not gonna go into, but it's not in the like immediate places, like maybe the kitchen or the bathroom where something might break, or in a regular room it's less likely for a ceiling to collapse unless you have problems in that ceiling. But most of the time, most of our things are hidden in plain sight, number one, or in a closet. So let's say if the police is doing an investigation on somebody in the building or on you or so on and so forth, we hide our stuff in the closets, like our statues, our herbs, whatever the case may be. Anything that's spiritual to you, it's hidden in a closet. I do not hide my things in a closet because most people in my building, number one, most people don't know, and there's a few that watch my channel on the low, and I know they do, but it is what it is. I think it's quite funny that people know about your spirituality and they like never approach you about the situation, but they have the audacity to talk shit behind your back. It's quite the laughing matter. But anyway, I just wanted to throw shade because they might be watching. So back to what I was saying about in New York. So some of us keep our things in the closet. I don't keep my things in a closet. Most of my things are on shelves, little shelves, or on top of my dresser, and I keep portraits, and some altars are hidden in plain sight in my house. It's just how that works. My crystals are not out everywhere, anywhere around the house or anything like that. But anyway, so the situation that's going on in New York is that a lot of botanicas are closing. And people are now going to their discount store, and now our discount stores or dollar stores are looking more and more like botanicas. Yes, back in the days, it's always been that way. You could go into a discount store and buy a 7-day candle for $1, $2, $1.50, whatever it is. But excuse me. Now you find certain oils. You can buy certain like herbs or incense at discount stores that you might either, number one, not find in botanicas, or number two, the botanicas or the energy of the botanicas, it just doesn't feel right. The energy just doesn't feel right in any way, shape, or form. So a lot of them are closing down, and it's a shame because some of them you can tell why they're closing. Some of them you can tell that it's just gentrification of the neighborhood, and the rent is just ridiculously expensive. And most of these botanicas are small mom and pop shops that are storefront shops that can't afford to pay $12,000 rent, as opposed to maybe $3,500 or $1,500 or $2,000 that they were paying before. So that's a problem, because people like me or people that are newbies don't have anywhere to go other than like a grocery store, their discount store, order things online, which I'm now doing because some of my favorite places, botanicas or spiritual centers in the Bronx, have shut down, and those are the ones that can actually afford to carry a different variety of herbs or roots that I use. Now, what else is happening in New York? Like I said, New York is a melting pot. In New York, there are gypsies that work, especially in the downtown area, like after 96th Street. We have in every borough, but in Manhattan, we have them more after 96th Street. I think you can find maybe a few in Harlem, maybe like 1 or 2, but it's not every 3 blocks like there is like after 96th Street or 86th Street. So those shops are also closing down. Now, I had an experience, and a couple of people that I know have had experiences with gypsy or Romani gypsy tarot card readers or spiritual people or blah blah blah. I don't even know what to call them, and I say them because yes, I have gypsy roots in me, but I'm not associated with the people that are using and abusing other people's inability to know their purpose or to surpass the contract that was made prior to coming into this world. So some of these shops, some of these gypsy shops, they just use and abuse people. I'm gonna just put it out there. If whoever's watching, or if some of you guys are watching, I don't know what to tell you. If you're doing it and you're watching, that's disgusting behavior. And I mean, it's not disgusting that you guys are using people, to me. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I really do believe in contracts and soul contracts. Sometimes you arrange yourself with certain people, or you connect yourself with certain energies or souls to help you wake up, or to help you have certain experiences in this lifetime. And that's okay. That is your choice. But there's certain people, such as gypsies, and even people in the Santeria religion or in Palo, or that practice voodoo, they do the same thing. They love to use and abuse people. It's a fucking problem in our spiritual community. In the pagan community, it's a fucking problem, because people in the pagan community understand that they're gods. They have willpower, and they know that there's free energy out there, and that unless you know how to control it or protect your energy, it's free for the taking, right? Now, the problem is when you go overboard, when you pay thousands and thousands of dollars to not get not even half of the results that you're supposed to be getting. To pay thousands and thousands of dollars when you can get maybe a set of chakra oils, which I'm going to start working on creating, because I don't have those oils. You can get yourself a set of chakra oils and fix your roots, and by fixing your roots or your power centers, your chakras, your 7 main power centers, your life completely changes. Now, people in power, or people that know their power and understand the energies, see people that don't know their power, and they're like, oh, this person is stupid. This person is a slave. This person is a gaji. If you hear that word, that means you're a slave, and you should be used and abused at any cost. Now, the real meaning of that word is someone that's not a gypsy, that does not belong to the community. But the way they use it, some of these people and some of these individuals, because they don't go beyond the individual mindset in the tree of life. And I'll talk about that, because there is a set of like places in the tree of life, where you're supposed to, you can decide to go high, you can decide to work on the opposite side of the tree of life. It is your choice, it is your willpower. Now, there's people that, like I said, they know they can just, you know, maybe do a spell for you and the issue will be fixed. Or they can do a spiritual surgery on you, or they can do past life regression on you and see where the root of the issue is, and then they tell you how to fix it. You shouldn't be paying somebody more than, I feel, for certain jobs, like maybe $100, $150 for certain jobs or certain consultations. Why? There's some of these people, some of these individuals, for lack of a better word, I really don't want to call people animals, even though that's the vibration they vibrate on, is their animalistic selves. They don't go higher than that. They don't achieve real goddess or godhood. They go and they ask for $400 to do a past life reading. I just got a past life reading with all my past lives, not just my human past lives or where my it wasn't a reading to tell me exactly who I was, but it was a reading to tell me exactly where my soul has been. It didn't give me, the reading didn't give me any names, but guess what? You don't need the fucking names. You need to know your vibrations. You need to know where your starseed family is so that you can go back to your starseed family and come back here whenever the fuck you choose. This is not supposed to be somewhere where you just stay as a human and be okay with staying as a human. And it's like the cycle repeats itself. You're like a fucking, like a dumbass, a tutara. Repeating a cycle when your origin is not a human. Most of us aren't human. Most of us belong in other galaxies or belong to maybe Pleiades or Andromedas. Or maybe we were part of the Anunnaki. Who knows? I mean, well, I know, but because I had a reading, right? And it cost me $97. I waited for my reading. Oceana December does a wonderful job. I won't be giving you guys direct responses on what my reading said, but I will be teaching you in regards to certain cultures and teaching myself also about other places in the galaxy and outside of the galaxy that I might have been in. And whatever information I decide to share that I feel, that spirit feels you should know, then I will present it on my YouTube channel. But with that being said, the behavior is absolutely disgusting. And so with the attitude of these people that are just using and abusing and going over their contract instead of just acknowledging like, okay, this is the contract, this person is coming to me, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for X amount of time. And after that, I'm either going to let the person go or this person is just going to go. I'm not going to keep the person in torment and suffering, because that's real torment and suffering, because you don't allow the person to grow and you eventually lose control of the situation. You as the handler, using language that I'll explain to you guys in other videos, you as the person who's using and abusing, or as the handler, or as someone who is just being a straight up fucking cunt to somebody or to a group of people just because you feel like you're better than them. Meanwhile, I have a little message for you. If you guys are out there watching, or if anybody out there has been used and abused, or has experienced the same things that I and other people have experienced, is that, do you understand that these people, I'm gonna talk to the people that have been used and abused. Do you understand that these people really don't have any power? If they start stalking you, if they start calling you from different numbers, if they start finding you or trying to look for you on Facebook, social medias, trying to come back after your money and your energy fields, because they don't have the energy, let me tell you. They don't. They need to feed off you. Some of these people don't go to school. They don't have an education. And they have their reasons to do so. Okay, perfect. They see the world in a different way. They don't want to be, quote unquote, in the matrix or in the system, because you know they know the secret. Ha ha ha, we know the secret. We know where we came from. We can go in and out. Darkness, we know this, we know that. And these stupid gajis don't know anything. Or these stupid animals, these stupid people, these stupid slaves don't know anything. Meanwhile, they don't know how to practice universal law, because if they did, they wouldn't be in suffering. Understand that some of these people live in suffering. They are suffering. because they have to use and abuse other people. They have to drink be part of an occult that forces certain people in their community to be of service for the rest of the community. Whether that's having children, whether that's keeping the bloodline alive, whether that's just bringing in money. They don't have lives, you guys. They don't. Okay? They don't have power. And they're not educated enough to say, you know what, I'm going to walk out of this cult and I'm never going to come back because I understand that there's something wrong here. There's an imbalance of an abuse of the universal laws. And there's an abuse of power here. They don't have the power to do that. They have to stay stuck in their misery because they're not happy, let me tell you. Most of these people that work these shops or these gypsy shops are not happy. They're not. They hate it. And in turn, our happiness reflects back on them, and so they hate us even more because we're free. We're free. We are free to do as we will. They have to be under their laws of their cult of suppression, of not ever knowing who they were in their past lives and being able to get out of the system. They don't get out of the system. And they're like Christians who want to have numbers. They want to acquire numbers because, oh, we're going to be eternal. We're going to live forever. Which isn't true, in a sense. Your energy lives forever. But if you're coming back into the matrix over and over and over without it being your decision, you're walking into the line, you're coming your stupid self right back. And, I mean, if I'm offending somebody, anybody out there, I don't know what to tell you. It's time for people to wake up. Because we need to know when to stop people from going overboard and going over their contracts. Like, you know what? Wait a minute. No. You don't belong here anymore. I learned my lesson. You used and abused me. Go on with yourself and your energy. Let's see if you can transmute that energy. And for those of you who are using and abusing people, and you think it's okay, you think it's funny, you think it's cute, well, I have something to tell you. You know zero from fucking nothing about universal power, about universal law. Because if you did, you will know not to abuse that. Because the fucking energy swings back to the other side. It's what a lot of people like to call karma. Hence why most of you guys either get kicked out of your shops, the rent keeps going up, your homes are never okay, you guys are always, somebody's always investigating you guys. It's not because you're free. It's because you live in a motherfucking doghouse. Whether you know secrets here and there about spirituality, oh, we know about the occult, oh, we know, yes, so do I. So does everybody else. So does everybody else, okay? So while you're over here thinking that you're big and bad and using and abusing other people and lying to people and forcing people and giving people or taking energy from people by paying you thousands and thousands of dollars, and this is not just the gypsies, it happens in the Santeria community. You're scamming people for thousands of dollars for information that's in their fucking local library. When you do that, you suppress everybody else. And everybody else, it means your family also, because your family also gets hit with this imbalanced energy that you brought upon yourself. Because you're just taking instead of giving, okay? Lesson 101, universal motherfucking law. You call it the universal law of attraction, universal law of reciprocity. Same thing. You can't just take at all the time. You have to find a balance. Because if you don't, you will end up in a shithole. For those of you who think you're smarter than everybody else and that you have the game down packed and oh, ha, 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 it's funny, we're using and abusing other people. Oh, look, we're taking thousands of dollars from people and they never go anywhere. They never learn anything. Their spirit never gets unlocked. Guess what? You created a hell for yourself. For those of you who think that shit is funny, you created a hell for yourself because you're living in misery. That's why you need everybody else to be right there next to you because you're that pathetic. So, for those of you guys who are interested in coming to New York, you can go to the Botanicas, you can go to this discount stores and find your stuff for a decent price. But just know this, check the energy field. If the energy doesn't feel right, if the energy is too heavy, get out of that place immediately. They're not practicing real balance, when you go into a place of spirituality, of wholeness, of oneness, of mind, body, and soul, a place of universal law and metaphysics, the air is supposed to be absolutely neutral. If it's not, it can either be whatever they're doing, whatever they're practicing, or it can be the people that are going there to shop, because that might also be a problem. People go in and out of these shops with real issues. Sometimes if you go during the day and the people that actually work there aren't cleaning or doing whatever it is that they need to do to cleanse the area, due to the amount of people in the actual shop, that can also be a problem. But you don't want to be consumed by that, so you just get out of there. You don't have to be mean to anybody. Get out of there and prevent yourself from being energetically sucked into the bullshit, especially if you're as empathic as I am. You want to learn that just because you're empathic, just because you're a witch, or just because you can go home and retake that energy, you don't want to always put yourself in a predicament where people are using and abusing your power. Like, I used to read in the streets of New York, and the energy was fucking crazy. I chose to experience that. But when you're coming and you're always, let's say you own your own shop and you're coming in and out of these metaphysical shops because you need your supplies, you want to be shielded and only experience that chaos in the environment if you want to. But if you know that you're in and out of there all the time, it's probably not the smartest idea to be in these shops where it's that energy. If you're going to do that, know to balance the energies out. That's all I'm saying. So please be careful of these scammers out here. And I'm going to stop this video right here, and I'm going to make the other video in regards to what are the signs that you should look for when someone is about to overdo their contract, or to see what they're about. Now, if your soul is telling you to not go into a certain place or not do something, it's important that you don't do it. Now, if you had a contract with somebody before your soul descended into planet Earth, there's probably nothing that someone can tell you, and you're probably not as connected with spirit to be able to realize that you're being used and abused, and that you'll eventually be turned into somebody's zombie, somebody's little fucking minion, a little helper. Okay? So, I'm going to stop the video right here, and I will see you guys at the next video.